Welcome to this edition of Fox Focus, presented by Blue Diamond Almonds, the official snack nut of the U.S. ski team and U.S. snowboarding. Get your good going.
Dreams. Sometimes that's all an Olympian has. They give everything, time, money, energy, to master their sport for that shot at gold. But most fall short. And when you give it your all and you don't achieve your ultimate goal, what's one left with? What's one supposed to do next? Lolo Jones faced that conundrum after failing to medal in the 2012 London Summer Games. 4 long years after also failing to medal in Beijing back in 2008. A lifetime of training, 8 years of Olympic competition, and yet no medals to show for. What now?
After the Summer Games, when I was sitting on my couch and I was like, man, not that I'm frustrated with my performance because I got 4th at the Olympics and I fought through surgery and 2 hamstring tears to get to the Olympics. I wasn't even supposed to make this team, but I wish I had a medal, I wish I don't want to kind of give up. I felt like I was so burned out on track because I had tried everything. I trained so hard and I'd fallen short just again. So I was just like, well, I didn't have the passion to return to track.
Instead of ending her track career, Jones needed a break. And thanks to a little nudging from a friend, found a new chance at her dream in the form of a bobsled. How do you even end up going from track to bobsled?
I met Elana Meyers a few years before the Summer Olympics, and she just said like one sentence. She was just like, I think you'd be a good bobsledder, and I literally just laughed it off.
We were at an event for Women's Sports Foundation, and we were in the car together, and I told her about it, and she laughed at me. And of course, that's a natural reaction.
I was like, I'm focused on the Summer Games, but it was just something I put in the back of my mind, I guess, and I didn't even realize it at the time that she had planted this small seed.
She really asked me, can I be good at this? I said yes.
Did you know bobsled?
No, I didn't know anything about it. I just knew, I knew it had a history of track athletes going to bobsled, but the original goal wasn't Olympics, it wasn't Winter Olympics, I just needed to get away from track. It was the first time in my life I just didn't have a passion to run, and bobsled was that break.
Track and bobsled are 2 very different sports for 2 very different body types. This would be the first challenge for Jones as she continued her Olympic dream. What's the difference between your body now as it was maybe a year ago?
Well, I'm a lot heavier. I'm thrilled. Every time I get on the scale, I'm actually happy that I'm heavier, and I don't think any female kind of is like, yay, I gained weight.
To me, I'm thinking, all right, I'm just gonna eat a lot of McDonald's, Burger King, whatever, to shove fast food in my mouth. What are you doing to put on all this weight?
Oh, there's some McDonald's for sure. I'm not gonna lie and say that there wasn't McDonald's.
How many calories a day are you taking in?
There was a point where it was 9,000 easily.
Putting on all this weight, is there an internal conflict? Is there any issue where you're like, do I really want to go down this road?
We have a saying in track, fat doesn't fly. And then in bobsled, they have the opposite saying, it's mass pushes mass. So you have 2 different extremes. So I was really wondering if it would hurt my performance when I returned back. But what I found out is I was stronger, and I actually ran one of the best seasons in my life since the 08 Olympics.
Lolo's move to bobsled was considered a stunt by many, a way to remain in the headlines. Media outlets, including Fox Sports, have been quick to judge, criticizing Jones's every move, every soundbite, and every tweet. Critics say that you attract controversy sometimes. Mm-hmm. Do you think that you attract controversy and attract the spotlight?
I don't know how. You guys are Fox Sports, you guys always throw me in the bus though. You guys are terrible. You guys are so hard on me for sure. I tell you guys are the ones that always try to put me in the headlines. So please stop. Please, just give me a break.
Just give me a break, all right?
But I'm not trying to, my main goal is not to try to attract controversy. But if that controversy piques people's interest to watch and tune into Olympic sports in a non-Olympic year, I'm all for it. I'll take the criticism anytime.
The controversy for Jones peaked at the 2012 Summer Games with a much publicized spat between Lolo and fellow hurdlers Dawn Harper and Kelly Wells, who felt they didn't get the attention their Team USA teammate did despite medaling in the 100 meters. So it was all the more shocking for Jones when she found tremendous support from her fellow bobsledders. It seems like there's a different vibe coming from the U.S. women's track team to the U.S. women's bobsled team.
Well, I gotta say, when I first went to the Olympic Training Center after the Summer Games, I was kind of blown away because they kind of just took me in and protected me. They were like, man, you don't deserve this criticism that you're getting. You're one hell of an athlete. You made 2 Olympic teams, and we'd love to have you on our team.
Is she a distraction at all?
I think at some level there's a little bit of distraction because we're not used to that sense of that source of media. We're not used to anytime she tweets something, 1,000 people have a comment to say, or it's national headlines all of a sudden. But on the ice and in the track, Lolo's been a great teammate. She's done everything we've ever asked her for, and she really works extremely hard.
I help Lolo in the weight room. She helps with some of my mechanics sprinting. She's there with huge experience on the world stage, 2-time Olympian, 2-time indoor world champion. And we have a young team, and we need that leadership, and we need that type of motivation and tell us how it's done.
There's times where people will try to, hit them up and, kind of bash me, and they're like, you have no clue who Lolo is, or like, you don't know how hard she works on our team. And so they don't have to do that. They could literally just not, and they always, usually stick up for me.
Any message for your critics out there saying Lolo can't do it?
I guess they said the same thing about LeBron, right? He finally got that ring.
Give me your ideal headline from Sochi in Russia. The ideal, on Fox Sports, the ones who've been such critical of you, what would be your ideal headline?
I would probably just say, finally.
Finally. One word, finally. And how will that feel?
Amazing, amazing.